Good morning, everyone. It is Stash Buster Thursday at A Piece of You, and you can tell it's my day off because I have day off hair. And but I'm coming to you anyways this morning. We are moving stuff around in the store. We're getting ready for Yarn Crawl, which starts next week, and we still have spots open on our bus trip on Thursday, June 18th. So make sure you sign up for that. I did book the bus, so we are all ready to go, and we can't wait. Hi, Louise. Good morning to you. I have some learnings today and a bunch of projects I've started and am going to start and all that good stuff. Hi, Cheryl. Good to see you. Hi, Rachel. And you know what? I think it was Cheryl that came in the other day, and somebody else did too, and said, you know, I really like your Stash Busters. I learn a lot. And that meant so much to me. I appreciate that. Because sometimes I think I'm just talking to a cube, which is what I'm doing, but you guys are there too. So let me know if you are interested in any particular topics or whatever. Hi, Sharon. As long as it's not brioche, I can probably help you out. I have never gotten brioche. I just haven't gotten there. I've done it, but I have a hard time fixing it. So I haven't just really gotten there. Hi, Priscilla. Good to see you. Good morning to everyone. It is sunny and it's summer in Michigan because it's getting warm. Hi, Mary. It's supposed to be like 85, which means we're all going to be inside knitting and crocheting. Hi, Doreen. Hi, Loretta. Good to see you. Yes, so I have a bunch of stuff today. Hi, Jillian. Waiting for a few more people to come on, and then I'll get started. But make sure you sign up for our Yarn Crawl bus trip. There are limited seats, okay? So, and because I want to make sure everybody can come that can. So, yes. Hi, Oriana. I hope I pronounced your name right. Let me know if I'm not, because I feel bad. Let's see, what are we doing? I was dressing mannequins this morning. I'm putting up new samples. You might see a few bare mannequins for a few days because I got to figure out what I need to bring in from home for displays and things like that. So, yes. What was I going to say? Oh, we have more samples on our website that are for sale. And, you know, I am the best photographer. Hi, Kayla. So bear with me. They are on the mannequin that I usually show you guys the project so you can kind of get an idea of what the sizes are. Hi, Ruthie. Hi, Kayla. So, yes, so get those. Those are one of a kinds. They've all been hand knit. And, we have that. We also are going to probably be moving some stuff to the clearance. So watch our clearance section if that's your thing. I see a skein of yarn has fallen back. That drives me nuts. Anyway, so I'm going to get started. Hi, Peggy. Good to see you. Yes, let me get started. I have a lot of stuff to talk about. Hi, Pam. Good to see you. Hi, Jackie. Lots of people on this morning. Oh, thank you. I'm so excited. I hate when people butcher my name. So, all right. I'm going to talk about the Edinburgh sweater. Hi, Sue. Not too many of you bought the sweater, but somebody pointed out that's because it's summer and this is a fall sweater. Yes, I know, but I knit on wool 365 days a year. So, but I wanted to show you, you can't tell from the picture because one of her sleeves is bunched up and one you can't see the cuff. Well, this is the trend these days, are these really wide sleeves, okay? Hi, Sandy. The really wide sleeves, okay? I did do it on this one. I think this is Step by Step or one of those. I made this one out of prairie and some yarn we don't have anymore, but it's a fun one to do, but this sleeve, it's not my favorite, okay? I'm bucking the trend. Hi, Carol. I got the whole sleeve done, and I was at the cuff and realized, look at all, I'm going to use this one as my example because I fixed it on the other one. I'll show you how I did. It was like this, and they didn't even do, somebody said, well, maybe it's a balloon sleeve. No, they didn't do a fast decrease. So I said, well, I could just do a fast decrease and make it a balloon sweater sleeve, but this really isn't the sweater for a balloon sleeve. You know what I mean? It's a little more classic, a little bit normal. They had you do, I'm going to show you on here, they had you do 8 decreases, and you got a sleeve like this. I got all the way down to the bottom. I just told you that. I ripped it all the way back. Okay? Yes, I do that because I want a sweater that I'm going to be comfortable wearing. It's okay. I keep telling you guys, it's okay to rip out. So what did I do? Instead of decreasing every 8 rows, I decreased every 4. So yes, I have twice as many decreases, but now I have a normal sleeve and a normal cuff, okay? So I left these on here so I'd remember to tell you guys that. I do these on the first sleeve, and then what I do when I do the second sleeve is I move the peg over. Yeah, I move the little stitch marker over. So, yes, so tonight I'll be taking these all off and putting them back in my little thing. And we did get a new batch of these from Coco Knits, so they should be out on the floor soon. Okay, so you can do that. You can buck the trend. You don't have to make your sleeves the way the pattern tells you. Like a lot of people are saying, oh, the sleeves are way too long. I did it like the pattern. I haven't done a sleeve like the pattern in a long time because my arms are shorter. So I have to buck the trend a little bit. And so I always take, I know I've done this before with you guys, how many inches do I have? How many rows am I getting in an inch? How many rows do I totally need to do? And so that's what I do. Okay, let's see. Jackie's working on her easy eyelet. Yes, that's how I do for my decreases. So that you can do that. You can, it's got a little bit of Lizzie came to the store, it looks like. But you can do that. It is not a problem. You know, if I liked this big, huge sleeve, I would have left it there. And this was the first time I did a sleeve with, oh yeah, I'll just do this many decreases. Well, it looks stupid. So obviously I have fewer stitches on my cuff than they wanted you to have. Okay. I have probably 16 stitches left on my cuff, but I like this size of a cuff. So that is my learning for today. Okay. What am I going to start tonight? I'm going to start the Purple Moon. And this is a brand new one from Isabel Kramer. And it uses fingering weight and mohair. And I have been trying to use Camper, which we kind of have as a sporty fingering weight. You could kind of get either gauge. It's more a fingering, but we ran out of room in our fingering spot, so it is in the sport weight section of the world. But this is, I am matching, this is the color I'm using. I am using Teal Heather, and we just got in, we have a whole wall of fluff, and I was like, this uses fluff. So I thought, I'm going to use the LRA Silky Kid. We also have, I think I have Ariel for one of them, which is Barocco. They're both the same basic idea. It's silk and mohair, and that's what this sweater does. It takes, I have an eyelash in my eyeball. It has fingering weight and mohair, and you can see she did hers tonally, so that's what I'm doing with mine, and I can't wait to start it. So I'm going to start this tonight because I'm going to do a little gauge and see if I have to double the mohair. Some people doubled the mohair because they didn't like it as loose. Now, I also like this pattern because it goes from a 39 to a 64, so it's good for everybody. Now, I'm also going to tell you, see, she has a little bit of a tiny, she put just a little bit of ribbing for her sleeve. If you can always change this. Remember, a pattern is a suggestion. If you don't want your sleeve that short, just keep going, but keep the pattern thing going and make it longer. Decrease a little if you want, whatever you need to do. I'm probably going to try and make mine somewhat like that. I might add one stripe in there. We'll see how it goes. But she is using a fingering weight and a mohair. Guess what? I found some really cool combinations of camper. Now, the other reason I picked camper was because you don't, according to her pattern, you don't need a huge amount. So you need like 4 skeins of camper, which is $12 a skein, so that's not bad. And then you're going to need 3 or 4 skeins of the mohair. Not too bad for my size. So it says you're going to need 2. I did take the extra skeins in case I have to double it. So I'll let you know. By Saturday, I'll have some kits for this, and I'll know how it's supposed to be. Because I really do like her patterns. They're really easy to follow and all that good stuff. This is a brand new one, Purple Moon. It's on Ravelry. We can get the pattern for you. Okay. But these are the cool colors I put together. I have the teal heather. I have, what is this one? Light pink heather. And look at how pretty this pink goes with it. And then when I was setting them down, this pink also goes with wisteria heather, because look at, it's pulling out the pink in there. Yes, but if you don't like that pink, now it's just going to give you, well, this one's going to give you more than just a haze because it's going to be a whole stripe. If you don't want that distinctive of a stripe, look at this purple. Goes really nicely with it. I'm going to get up close. This purple also goes with blue heather, because look at that. I put it next to that and it pulled out all the purple in that one. Kind of cool. Now, I did have, what color is this one? Meadow heather, and it looked really pretty with this green. And I have, this is probably natural. Yeah, natural. So I put a natural with it. Very nice. Perfect. I have a gray heather, and I put it with a light gray mohair. Thought it'd be really pretty. Now, you can get really adventurous, and you could put pink with the gray, but for right now, I'm just going to do them very tonally because that's how she's kind of done hers. Now, the last 2 I have, I obviously thought this blue would be really pretty with this navy, which I think is called navy heather. Yes, it's called navy heather. So I put that one down, and it looks really pretty with that. But then I was trying to find one for mulberry heather, and that navy looks really cool with it because, see, it's got like a navy overtone in it. So I thought that would be really pretty. It's not going to be a horribly expensive sweater. It's going to be like less than $100. Hi, Sherry. So I thought this would be kind of a fun one. It looks very quick, easy, all that good stuff. So that's my scoop. What was I working on last night? Because, well, you're supposed to alternate. You're going to do a fingering weight and then a mohair and then a fingering weight and then a mohair, fingering weight, mohair, that type of thing. I don't know if I'm going to have to double the mohair. Some people did, some people didn't. So that's why I did bring extra, and I'm going to start this before you guys have a kit to buy because I want to see if that's what you're going to need to do. Okay. It is also, I believe, a little bit short. Let me see the body length. Let's see, we had 8 1/4 and then 13.75. So it's not a bad body length. It's not a bad body length. You can see she still has the needle in hers, so she's not done with hers yet. So that's the scoop. All right, what else have I been working on? I am working on a sample for Euphoria Knits Trunk Show, which is coming up 2 weeks from tomorrow. 2 weeks from tomorrow. And I had on the other day the Sipilla sweater from Caitlin Hunter, and mine was in like the most obnoxious chartreuse and hot pink you can find. And so this time I'm doing it a little quieter. I just started this late last night, so I didn't get too much done. But I think it's really, really pretty. And So you see up here, this is the contrast and it goes into here. So my sweater down here will be the light green. So now this one is, I'm going to tell you this. This is another learning that I have. I've made this sweater before and I did the same thing the last time. She is saying 2 colors of fingering weight yarn. Okay, that's fine. But I always look at the gauge. I have a hard time getting 22 stitches in 4 inches with a fingering weight. That's a DK weight gauge. Well, if I don't want to worry about it and I don't want to add a mohair or a lace weight or something like that, I'm just going to use a DK weight, which is what I'm using here. And it's turning out just fine. I'm getting a nice gauge, all that good stuff. This one is, because I'm a little distracted because I'm doing so much trying to get ready for the yarn crawl, that I did put my markers in between my repeats. I also do this. I put something very unique right before my very unique end of row marker. And that way I don't keep going. Okay, you guys know I have a tendency to read or watch TV or something like that. And with color work, I don't need to do too much more than I have. This is a nice, easy chart, nice, easy increases, all that good stuff. So that is fun. I am going to make the short sleeve. Now, I'm going to tell you this. This is 100% organic merino. Someone mentioned to me yesterday, you're always wearing wool sweaters. You're always wearing sweaters in the summertime. Yes, I own a yarn shop. It's just kind of like part of my uniform. Today I'm not wearing a sweater, but that's because it's day off. But this particular yarn from Euphoria Knits is so soft, it feels like I'm working with a cotton, but it's wool, so it works up really nice for the color work. Okay, my other one was a cotton. Cotton's kind of hard to work with for color work, so it doesn't have the stickiness that you need when you do a color work sweater. So, but you guys are going to feel it during the trunk show. And if you missed that one on the 19th, she will be back with more stuff later. But it's really soft. I was noticing that this morning when I was knitting on it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so soft. It feels like a cotton. I'm not even going to have to wear a t-shirt under that because I can't wear those merino t-shirts that everybody travels in. Oh my God, they're so itchy. Everybody goes, no, they're not. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Mary. But this one, I'm not even going to have to do that because it is so soft. And I think it's the level of the merino. So that'll be really fun. So just because it says fingering weight, always check the gauge and see if that's going to work for you. Okay, because then she also wants me to use a 4 and a 2. I'm using a 6 and a 4. If I used a 4 and a 2, I would be using fingering weight, but not to get that gauge. So that is what you have to play with a little bit. I automatically know if I'm using a DK weight, I'm probably using a size 6 and a 4. But I make, 20 sweaters a year. So that's kind of, it happens. So that's my scoop. Also, you also need some fun stitch stoppers to put on the ends of your new projects. That's what I have to do. All right. That is my learning for today. I also have a free pattern, which is called the Guernsey Scarf from Wendy Morris. I think this just came out. And it has written and I put it in the sleeve so it didn't get messed up in my bag, but it has written and charted instructions for those of you who hate charts. And I can't get it out of the sleeve. There we go. But I wanted to show you because on that picture you can't see it very well. It's really pretty. It just has a little bit going on. And it's one of those, you start small, you get big, you go small again. One of those type of things. And it uses a sport weight. I'm thinking it would be perfect. She used a baby alpaca. I'm thinking it would be really nice with, I always have to walk around the store. The Blue Sky Fibers Baby Alpaca. Wouldn't this be nice? It says you need 330. This would give us 220, so you might need 3 skeins, but it's so soft, so nice. It would be gorgeous. You'd want to wear it around your neck all the time. So that is my scoop with that. What else? We do still have some of these. We do still have some Footloose Color of the Months. I told you about the yarn crawl. Oh, guess what? Emma's last day was Saturday, and we were very sad. But she is moving on. She hopefully will be here with some of her yarn during the yarn crawl. But her husband got a job in Colorado. So that is where she is moving to. But we did hire a new person to take her place, and she's starting slow, but guess what? She's a crocheter, and she just finished this fantastic sweater. It is called the Mama Esther sweater. Now, I never would have made it. It looks really frumpy here in the picture, but look at how fun it is. We shortened it up. She shortened it up. And we think it's really good. She used our ombre from Jewel Spun. I will tell you, if you do this, then you need to go up a hook size and down a couple sizes in the pattern, because it's supposed to be a lighter weight yarn. But it's just so much fun, and it's so cute. So you're going to be seeing a lot more crochet samples from us in the future. So let your crochet friends know. We're going to have a lot of samples in the store and things like that. And Leslie will be working on Wednesday, and she'll move into some other days too. So come meet her on Wednesday, and you'll love her. She's fun. She's got lots of fun ideas and fresh look on things. So that'll be fun. So isn't it a fun sweater? It is, Cheryl. It's really fun. So that is my scoop for today. You guys have a great day. We have lots of stuff coming in as we go along through the next few months. And yeah, I can't wait to go home and start my purple moon. That will be so much fun. And so that way we'll have it for Saturday. So watch on Saturday. Our live is at 9:30 and Eastern time. Tell your friends. We'll have some stuff here for that on Saturday. We'll talk to you soon, and have a great day. And remember, if you ever see anything on one of my stash busters or something like that, you can always call the store, 989-892-6400 before 3 p.m., and they're happy to pull anything you need. So even if you saw something in the background when I'm wandering around or something like that, we can do that too. So that is our scoop. You guys have a great day, and I will see you Saturday morning at 9:30, if not sooner.